You're listening. They're great.
Sure are, Stacy. And thanks for talking for us on National Wheaties Week. I took Tromer with me and drove back to Live Oak. There was no cut on his head, but he fitted everything else. His print matched the one on the gas cap. I stopped at the hospital, and Tromer consented to have his blood type taken.
When the doc gets through testing that, he'll only tell you what I told you before. My blood type is O.
Come in.
You sent for me, Ranger?
Yeah, Mr. Raver. You ever see this man before?
He looks like the fella.
Why, you...
Hold it. Now sit down. Well, Mr. Raver, is he or isn't he?
I've seen him before.
Where? Was he the man who climbed out of that wreck?
Look, mister, maybe you did see me before. I run a gas station 30 miles down the highway. You might have seen me there. But you didn't see me here yesterday.
How about it, Mr. Raver?
Ranger, I'm not sure. After all, a fella that got out of the car had a gun in his hand and blood all over his face. All I remember is them gold teeth.
I ain't the only man in the world with gold teeth.
You may be telling the truth, Ranger. You're after a blood type AB. This man's blood is pretty common.
Type O, like he said. The case against Tromer was falling apart in my hands. I only had one thing left, his fingerprint, tying him with the stolen sedan. I took him over to the local garage. Recognize this car, Tromer? Your thumbprint was right on this tank cap.
So I gassed the car up at the station, maybe. That's how my thumb... Hey, let me see that cap.
Well?
I sold a tank cap like this yesterday morning. Had to pry his old cap off with a chisel. Look, here, you can see the marks. Car wasn't hit on this side.
Keep talking.
Well, this guy came in for gas early, 6 a.m. I was just opening up. His tank cap was the kind that locks, and he didn't have the key. Said he lost his key. Even had to jump the switch to get the car started. Here. See the wires that jumped on this one.
I know that. That's how it was stolen. Didn't you think of that when he didn't have the keys?
Oh, Ranger, it happens all the time. People are always losing keys. I've done it myself. Oh, I should have known there was something fishy about that guy.
Why?
Oh, because he didn't have any money to pay for the gas. Didn't tell me till I'd filled it up, either.
Why'd you let him leave?
He took 10 gallons and a gas cap. Bill came to, $2.93. Left me a hunting knife and a sheath for security, worth maybe $8 or $9.
Did he come back for it?
No, I got it locked in my tool chest back at the station.
Would you know the man if you saw him again?
I think so, but it's just getting daylight, and, well, one customer's face looks like another. But I'd remember him.
He have gold teeth like you?
That's something I can't tell you. He was chewing a cud of tobacco and talking through it.
Come on, I'll drive you back to your station and have a look at that knife.
Jace, saw your car outside.
Hi there, Rhodes.
I checked a lot of doctors on the East Highway. None of them did the kind of stitch job we're looking for.
I may have a lead. Get in your car and tag after me.
Here's the knife, just like he left it.
Fresh honed and clean as a whistle.
No prints on that blade.
Rhodes, take a look at this sheath. Design burned in the leather.
Yeah. They engrave them pretty fancy sometimes.
This isn't an electric engraving job. It's not good enough. Owner burned this in himself. Probably used a hot wire.
That drawing looks like a buffalo head, Jace. But it isn't.
No. Smaller drawings around it look like trees, like some scene he was burning out while he...
Yeah, Jace, there's something like that you see way off from the highway. State 23, west of Rankin.
That's it, Rhodes. Buffalo Mesa. Let's get up that way and see if we can find a doc who stitched a head cut. It was mid-morning when we reached the area. There were 3 doctors in a 20-mile radius. The first one had nothing for us, but the second one...
Yes, I stitched a head wound like that day before yesterday. Cowpoke, Joe Foy. Fell off his horse. Matter of fact, he was in here this morning, about 3 hours ago, to have the dressing changed.
If you put on a fresh dressing, the one you changed is in that trash container, isn't it, Doc?
Why, yes.
Any blood on it?
Of course. Cut was deep. Hasn't healed yet.
Can you get that dressing out and check it for blood type?
Well, it'll take a few minutes.
I waited a couple of days for this, Doc. I can wait a few more minutes.
Here you are, Ranger. Unusual classification, type AB.
That's it, Chase.
Yeah. You know where this Joe Foy works, Doc?
Why, Ben Kinner's place. Left at the crossroads and 6 miles out. Right near Buffalo Mesa.
Thanks, Doc. Come on, Rhodes.
Right.
Oh, Doc.
Yeah.
Foy has a couple of gold teeth, doesn't he?
Gold teeth? Why, no, Ranger. He doesn't have gold teeth.
I'd found one man with gold teeth, and he wasn't the right man. Now I had another one to go after, but he didn't have gold teeth. Rhodes and I drove out to the Kinney Ranch. The only one around was an old woman.
I'm only the cook here. Mr. Kinney and the men who work for him are out on the roundup.
Where does Foy bunk?
Just over there in the barn, there's a small room.
You want to show us?
Come with me.
This his bunk?
Here.
Hey, Jace, look. Carved in the edge of the bunk.
Yeah, Buffalo Mesa. That looks just like the one on the sheet. Better have a look through this footlocker.
Likely he'd have his gun with him, isn't it, Chase?
Just making sure. Hey,
What is it? Oh, carton of chewing tobacco. Hey, that fits. Fellow at the service station said our man was chewing when he stopped there.
yeah, and I've seen this brand of chew before. If my memory isn't lying, there's something else that fits.
You shouldn't tear open Mr. Foy's thing.
I just want to see one of these plugs. Here's the answer, Rhodes.
Yeah, the plugs are wrapped in gold foil.
Yeah. And if I tear off a square of the foil and put it over my front teeth like this, I look like I have gold teeth.
And every witness who saw Foy was throwing us off the trail instead of helping. I wonder how he thought of it.
Probably got the idea on his way to Live Oak when he saw Trummer at the gas station. I'm going to take charcoal out of the trailer and ride out to the range.
And I'll get a horse from the corral and...
Oh, thanks, Rhodes. But you better stick here. If Foy spots me coming, he might make a run for the ranch and grab a car or a pickup truck. You stay here and see that he doesn't get to him.
Looking for something?
You Joe Foy?
No, I'm Kinney, Ranger. Boy in some kind of trouble?
I'd call murder plenty of trouble.
Murder.
Yeah. Where is he?
Down the Royers, rounded up strays. Glad to show you.
All right, let's go. You know where Foy was Monday?
Took the day off to fix his gear up and get ready for the roundup.
You see him during the day?
Nope. Went over to his bunk that night, though, to see why he didn't show for supper. Had a cut on his head. Said he fell. Doc had him patched up.
Yeah, I know about that.
Hey, there he comes now, around the mesa.
Hey, he spotted us. He's turning back for cover. Get up, Charcoal!
Get up! Yeah, turn behind, here.
Oh, boy.
Ranger, you're hit.
I got to get him.
You hit him, but he's up. He's running for the river.
I got to get him. Come here, Charcoal. Come here, boy.
Left shoulder looks mighty bad, Ranger. You can't chase him like that.
I hit him. Come here, boy. If he can move with a bullet in him, so can I. Get up, Charcoal. Whoa, boy. He went into the river here. Got to follow on foot. Watch the banks for tracks in case he came out.
The river winds and bends. Can't see far ahead with the willows hanging over it.
I'll see him when I get to him.
I'm going to bring you in, boy. Next slug will kill you, Ranger. You better kill me, boy, or you'll never leave another dead kid in the street.
He ain't far ahead, Ranger.
Not as far as he'd like to be.
You hear him moving.
Yeah.
Stop. Listen. He ain't waiting anymore.
He stepped out of the stream, or he's waiting in ambush. You better stay behind me, Kenny. ahead, several of the willows overhung the stream and dipped clear down to the water. Leaves floated downstream from it, and on one of them was a clear red blood spot.
Look out, Ranger!
Come on!
Don't look like he's going to need the electric chair, Ranger.
No. Not anymore.
Oh, whoa. Here, let me help you. You got to get to a doctor.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I sort of forgot I was hit. Thinking about what he did to a few other people.
The body of Joseph Foy was definitely identified as that of the killer and hit-and-run driver. A ballistic check showed that his gun was the weapon used in the murder of the bank clerk. Ranger Jace Pearson was taken to the nearest hospital where, after a blood transfusion, he was pronounced out of danger.
Are you with us out there? Are you celebrating? Well, it's National Wheaties Week, you know. And here's our star, Mr. Joel McCrae, following up another great performance tonight with a few words meant for you personally. Joel?
I'm enjoying being a Texas Ranger, and I hope you're enjoying it, too. As a matter of fact, I sincerely hope you've enjoyed it enough to go out and buy a box of Wheaties on Monday. If you do, that's the way we'll know. Your purchase of 1 box of Wheaties. Will you do that? I think you'll like them. Good night.
Thank you, Joel McCrae. And how was that for a sporting proposition, folks? If you like our show, there's a way to let us know. Just see your grocer about those Wheaties tomorrow. Remember, there's a whole kernel of wheat in every Wheaties flake. And goodness knows how many flakes there are in a box. Yes, there's a whole kernel of wheat in every Wheaties flake. And you know the value of whole wheat. Necessary vitamins, minerals too, and whole wheat energy worth talking about. Go ahead. Have Wheaties to start breakfast tomorrow. Wheaties with milk and the fruit you like. Breakfast of champions? Well, I should say so. Try 'em and see how Wheaties at 7 can help at 11. Come on, it's National Wheaties Week.
Come on, everybody, to the Wheaties party. Eat a lot of Wheaties like the champions do. Dance together, cheek to cheek. This is National Wheaties Week. Eat a lot of Wheaties like the champions do. Wheaties, a breakfast of champions.
Next week, Joel McCrae in another authentic reenactment of a case from the files of the Texas Rangers. Joel McCrae will soon be seen in the Universal International Technicolor production Saddle Tramp. Tonight's cast included Tony Barrett, Hy Averback, Paul Frees, Herb Butterfield, Dave Ellis, and Lillian Byatt. This story was transcribed and adapted by Joel Murcott, and the program was produced and directed by Stacy Keach. Hal Gibney speaking.
And this is the Wheaties man, Frank Martin, inviting you to listen on Wednesday night to Brian Donlevy in Dangerous Assignment on the Wheaties Big Parade. See you then.
This is Joel McCrae. A small boy is hungry in Italy tonight. You can feed him, comfort him, make him believe again with a package from CARE. No profit to CARE, just food for hungry kids. $5.50 does it to CARE, New York. CARE, New York, $5.50. Will you do it?
Listen for Dennis Day and Judy Canova returning October 7th on NBC.